This is Such Bullshit Podcast, episode 32. This is the back-to-back. This is the third one. This episode is about Narsissa Wright's return. Like, holy fucking shit. I didn't think that I would hear this name again. The last time I heard this name was in a conference call with Apollo Legend when we were talking about Cosmo. Now, excuse me again. That was the pop coming out, right? Oh god, I'm really sorry. Oh god, man. See, this is even giving me some some belches here. Like I don't even want to discuss this. Is kind of very very questionable shit. Because you see, I used to advocate very much Cosmo. I loved this guy back before he became trans and all this stuff and got involved and mixed up in all this weird shit that he's been doing. And I'll get into that. I'm not some fucking transphobe when I say when he changed. I'm saying leading up to that point, he went to more and more shit, and that was something that me and Apollo agreed on before Apollo eventually killed himself. The one thing I wanted to specify greatly, more than anything in the world, was the simple fact that, I had respect for Cosmo for being possibly the greatest Ocarina of Time speedrunner on the fucking planet. Finding all the exploits that he did, the community eventually started making their own, and other big names came along, but if it wasn't for Cosmo actively running the game, Cosmo Wright, and the community that was built around him, there wouldn't be a speedrun community for Zelda as big as it is now. Even Trezco, the owner of Zelda Speedruns, which, by the way, I avidly fucking hate that guy. That guy is a piece of shit to his commentary crew, and I left his ass immediately. Even him, his whole platform and website wouldn't exist without Cosmo. That's 110% fucking fact. His entire website would not exist if it was not for Cosmo Wright. However, there was a point in time where Cosmo was just like, in terms of the internet, his social popularity and all that, he kind of just like stopped coming to events and venues. He had made all the money that he needed, and then he started advocating that he wanted to transition and he wanted to become a woman and all this stuff. And now, if you want to do that, it is completely on you. Even I myself have thought about fucking transitioning at some point. At some point in my life, I thought about doing it myself. I really have. 100% honesty. And I don't feel any fucking shame in doing that. Or saying it. However, your opinion changes over time. When you do something like that, you're stuck to that for life. Especially after SRS, which is what Cosmo had. Cosmo had SRS, which is the legitimate term for the surgery. The actual, go down and snip some stuff and, not get into that. I can't get into how graphic that is on stream, but you get the idea. You get what I'm trying to say. Now, what is kind of messed up is when he returned to the platform as Narsissa, as the female. I'll start calling him female now, addressing him as trans. When Trans Cosmo came back as Narsissa started acting like a basic Twitch thought, or Twitch whore as they call it. Basically lounging around on pillows with blankets and cute stuffed animals and not playing the games, and then holding up signs that they're saying, I'm not speedrunning. Oh, and then pulling out another paper that this is marker on it. Oh, give me money. Oh, it's just like, really? That's how you want to end your career? Really? Like, you went from this big-named guy that did all this good shit in the Zelda community, in the Zelda speedrun community, and then you came back doing that shit. And that video, that exact explanation I gave, it is in Apollo Legends' YouTube video. If you look up the downfall of Narsissa, right, the downfall of Cosmo, I don't know what she defined it as, but I think it was Narsissa, if I'm not mistaken. But that video, 110 fucking % accurate. of the situation. It basically explained how Cosmo went from hardcore, oh, I'm the best fucking goddamn Zelda speedrunner on the fucking planet, to, oh, I'm an e-girl now. Hi guys. I'm an e-girl now. I'm an e-girl. I don't stream games. I don't stream Zelda often. Sorry. Maybe later. Maybe if I get money, I'll stream. What the fuck? Like, yeah, it's so bullshit that I had. That's the way for years now that I have viewed the situation with him. And then after that, he got basically an entire subreddit against him, and just forum post bashing, and eventually Twitch kicked him off the platform altogether. He's just like, you know what? We can't have you, man. You gotta go. You gotta get the fuck out. And then we didn't hear from Narsissa Wright for 4 years. I didn't think I would ever hear this name again. I felt like that Narsissa Wright would probably, I thought that she would join a trans group, advocate, because most trans people, unfortunately, they don't have good mental health, so they commit suicide. I felt like they would have joined the trans group, protected themselves, and, got support and help, and, this type of stuff. Because SRS is, personally, it's on a personal level when a person does that. It's, your life's changed forever. Your relationships are going to change. Your family's going to view you different. Your friends are going to view you different. You may not have the same voice after the surgery, because you might have to get corrective voice surgery. Like, for example, for a male, you'd have to get your Adam's apple removed, and which is this little spear in your neck. Stuff like that. It gets very, very specific, and it's basically a life-altering type of cosmetic surgery that is not just cosmetic, it's identity changing. It's pretty huge. And for you to come back, and maybe it was the hormones, I'm not going to judge. Maybe you just wanted to try it out. Maybe you wanted to see what a basic e-girl felt like. I don't think that you should have advocated that on both your streaming channel that you started the entire fucking Zelda speedrunning empire on, to what it is now. It just feels so out of place and weird that was even there. Like, if you wanted to do that, why don't you just start an OnlyFans on your, like, think about it. If you had just did Zelda speedruns avidly, and, black shirt, buttoned up, maybe like one button undone to show cleavage or whatever. You really wanted to push that, that extra button and show off whatever, your body is, if you wanted to do that. I'm not saying that I'd look at that. I'm definitely not going to. But if you wanted to advocate that, and at the end of your streams, you're like, hey guys, by the way, I have an OnlyFans. All right, that's your business. But to do it on Twitch and act that way, it's just, it's kind of repulsive and weird. It's just like, imagine this, okay? Okay, I used to do the Zelda 2 commentary speedrun community for the Zelda 2 randomizer community. I used to do commentary for years. And then some weird shit was going on that really put me off and was insulting other commentary crew. And I walked out on it. That's me walking on at it because I feel uncomfortable. Did you not think that maybe your viewers would feel uncomfortable at that point? Or you didn't care? Now, obviously, Cosmo Wright did not care. I'm sorry, Narsissa Wright. I don't care. It's either name at this point. Cis male, trans. I don't care to identify either way. I'm not a transphobe when I say this. I'm just saying that I'm getting the names mixed up because I'm used to saying Cosmo Wright over Narsissa, because I've had a better and more positive outlook looking at Cosmo as Cosmo than Narsissa as Cosmo, if that makes sense. Now, what has really stirred the pot recently to get Cosmo rebanned on return after 4 years was a particular tweet that I have saved here, because I don't know if this is a gaslight, if this image is manipulated or something, but I'm going to show that image right now. Second, right there. So this image right here, this is the tweet that got me going, what in the fuck is Cosmo doing, dude? What in the fuck? What the fuck is this? What is this? You're threatening the fucking staff of the platform that you were on that made you. If it wasn't for fucking Twitch/Justin TV back in the day, you wouldn't even be fucking known. What are you doing to send them fucking shooter threats? Now, as I said earlier, I don't know if this is 100% accurate looking at that tweet. I don't think it's accurate because it came from other people. It wasn't directly from the tweet. I don't know that. And there's a reason why I don't know that. Narsissa Wright privated all of her tweets to followers only that are approved. Now, I know beforehand, 4 years ago, that Narsissa Wright's Twitter was publicly viewable. It was not protected at any, and by no means. It was completely open. Now it's suddenly private? I don't know. That's just making it more believable. So maybe they did say this. Maybe this is what got them temp ban, but they were changed to a permanent ban to a temp ban. So they're going to be back on the platform, I think, right? Is that the gist of the situation? I haven't been reading too much into this. I've been scrolling through just a post of Narsissa Wright, and has yet again been permanently banned from live streaming, but then I'm reading in other parts where she's getting unbanned. Now Narsissa Wright is on Kiwi Farms. It's insane. So they're posting on Kiwi Farms, and this is another image I just pulled up. I don't know if this is actually on Kiwi Farms, but it's like suicide when a poll. I'm not kidding. Let me grab this image. Like, I'm honestly astounded that this is right now also on Kiwi Farms. This is the kind of shit that goes on in that platform that I am 110% against, because this is advocating suicide. I mean, it's not a joke. Kiwi Cosmo, here we go. Like, in no fashion whatsoever. Let me pull up this other tweet, because I am astounded. I'm surprised that that's even a thing on. I just did a fucking thing on Kiwi Farms. I just did a stream talking about that, and now it's trending on Kiwi Farms. It's like all three of these topics I just spoke about are all intermixed together into one. Like, I couldn't even do it as one podcast because it's just like a triangle fuck. It's a triangle fuck. I mean, this is so fucked. I can't even come up with a legitimate response to the matter of what the fuck is going on. I actually can't. I can't. I'm trying to find that image. Give me one moment, people. I'm trying my best. I'm blind. I'm blind. I'm blind. Still can't find it. Let's see if I can find this. Do this way. I know, stomach. You can stop. I'm gonna put it in pictures, that way it's easier to find. Jesus Christ. Here it is. This is insane. I'm not even kidding. Well, it's gonna take up most of my streams, so I have to back up a little bit. But look at that. Look at this. That's on Kiwi Farms right now. When he runs out of money, never 2 years. What in the fuck is wrong with people? I mean, granted, if he threatened to shoot up Twitch, I've lost all respect for him. If that's an actual legitimate tweet, if this tweet, I'm sorry, if this tweet, you know, where the fuck is it? I can't pull it up again. If this tweet right here, on screen right here, if this particular tweet is actually real, then I have no respect for Cosmo Wright anymore. I had some. I had a little remaining slim that said, hey, look, you know, you're this great runner, and I have a little bit of respect for you, even after all the crap that you've pulled over the years and trying different things. Maybe you were on HRT and you didn't know how to behave properly. But this, that takes the fucking cake. And it's believable because of the fact that Cosmo Wright's tweets currently are in fact protected for no fucking reason. I don't know why. They weren't protected before that I remember from years ago from when I looked. And they're certainly, I mean, this certainly looks like something that he would joke about. You know, under a lot of pressure, a lot of stress, and to raise eyes and attention for money. That this is something that I legitimately see Cosmo actually writing out. And if it is true, it's I can't even, like, I'm disgusted to even see this so much. Get this off my fucking stream, dude. Holy shit. But you see where I'm getting at? This is why this is why Apollo did the video that he did, and this is why we had, like, a fucking 1 hour long conversation together about, about Cosmo being this kind of a fucking dummy doing this type of shit. It's kind of personally surprising to me that a person I don't even know and respect, I've never met, has done this sort of shit or has been involved directly in this sort of shit. And saying this? Now, the fact that Kiwi Farms has posted that whole fucking poll kind of disgusts me a little bit. Maybe they're just having a really fucked up debate. And, it's... I don't feel like that's something that should be on the internet. I don't think it should be on fucking Kiwi Farms. Like, not publicly. At least put that in, like, a private server or private group, not on the fucking website. Like, I don't know. I don't know what kind of viewership goes on any of the platforms that I'm looking at, but a lot of shit is fucking awful. It's awful. And rather than go after the DDoS protection, if there is ever an issue with a platform like Kiwi Farms, I feel like that should be justified by contacting the owner and having a police investigation on that. He's been refusing to give up information regarding his website, full well knowing it would launch a lawsuit against the users and a lawsuit against him. But over the years, it's gonna happen one way or another. Just like with fucking Pornhub when it came to there was a group called Mindhack or some shit, or Mind something, or Mindbreak, or Mindbrain. I don't remember what their company was called, but it was this subsection that was fucking putting some really illegal shit on Pornhub, and they were like forcing actors into submission that were underaged and making them do film against their will and putting it up online, even though they only agreed for it to be a private home movie, and it gets put up online anyway. So Pornhub had a lot of a shithole of a shitfest back then for its own advocacy of fuck-ups. I would like to think that right now, this is pretty much the same situation. Identical to that. This is just one big fuck-up. I mean, honestly, I mean, if anything, this is just what I think should happen. I think the FBI needs to take down Kiwi Farms like they took down Mega Upload. If you guys remember that, remember how Mega Upload took down Kiwi Farms? You know, the Barlow Protocol engaged. I don't know. I just feel like, in general, I just feel like the entire situation is just very, very off. I'll put it this way. It is. The internet's become a very shit place over the years. And it's just got gradually worse and worse because nobody really moderates it. And when we have this unmoderated medium that doesn't have fair grounds for every individual person, we now have a platform in which we're advocating perjury, fucking manipulation, bullshit, fakery. The list could go fucking on, goddamn, all the way down to my cock. But when you look at this, and you look at a fucking, like, you look at fucking Cosmo's tweet, like, I'm astounded. Like, why hasn't the FBI like stepped in and fucking pulled Cosmo's side? If that's real, why haven't they been locked up yet and questioned? They literally threatened to go to Twitch HQ and shoot the place up with laughing emojis like they're fucking insane. Who in the fucking right mind would post that? Someone explain who in the right fucking mind would actually post this shit? Who would post that? Would you post that? I wouldn't post that. This is shit. That is shit. It's awful. That's all I wanted to say for this bullshit podcast. Because I was trying to knock them all out, 20 minutes each, because I didn't want to do 3 topics in one podcast, because I thought that was going to be ridiculous. I figured 3 short ones in 20 minutes each would have been decent. So this is the end of the third and last podcast for this week. I'll probably end up doing another one in the very near future after I get necrosis surgery. I got necrosis pulp in my mouth and in my left side here. So I'm going to be getting all that handled soon. And I should be fine. Anyway, thank you for viewing. And this is the Such Bullshit podcast. The next podcast episode